I suppose, well, if you looked at me right now, sitting here in this suit, you'd probably assume I had it all figured out. But I regard myself as the greatest failure that ever walked the planet Earth, truly. Why? Because I didn't achieve the very basics. I call myself the could-have-been man. But I ended up with nothing. See, when I was 25, I had the eye to be an architect. I did. I used to sketch for hours, skylines that didn't exist yet, buildings I'd never build. Everyone said, "William, you're going to design this city one day." And I had the charm to be a husband. I could make a room light up. I could make a woman feel like she was the only person in the universe. I had it all, except the one thing that actually matters. I didn't have the courage to actually start. There was a girl, Sarah. She was vibrant, that's the word. She had this messy hair that she couldn't control, and she painted landscapes that looked like storms, violent and beautiful. And I wanted her. I loved her more than I've loved anything since. But I didn't tell her. Of course I didn't. I told myself, "William, you're not ready for a woman like that. She's art. You're just a draft." So I spent 6 months trying to become the man I thought she wanted. I bought the right shirts, linen rolled up at the sleeves. I bought books on French Impressionism because I heard her mention Monet once. I didn't understand half of it, but I memorized the terms. I practiced what I was going to say in the mirror. I rehearsed my life instead of living it. And then, one Tuesday, I finally felt ready. I walked in, ready to finally say hello. And there she was, leaning over the counter, laughing. And she was talking to a man. This man, he wasn't wearing a linen shirt. He wasn't quoting Monet. He was wearing a dirty t-shirt. His hair was a mess, but he was making her laugh. He wasn't posturing. He wasn't preparing. He was just there, brave enough to just be himself. I stood there by the door, and I watched him lean in and tuck a piece of hair behind her ear, and she let him. I turned around, I walked out. I never went back. I lost the love of my life, not because I was rejected, but because I was polishing my shoes while another man was simply saying hello. In the bottom drawer of my desk, there's a stack of papers, tied up with fraying string. 30 years ago, I drafted a business plan. It was brilliant, innovative. It was going to change my life. I put it in that drawer. I'll just refine it. I'll wait for the right time. That stack of papers has been sitting there, turning yellow, for 30 years. That stack of dust, that is my legacy. There are millions of people in this city. I do not have a single friend, not one. I'm quite popular with strangers. I make the barista laugh every morning. She thinks I'm a charming old gentleman. But when I come home, the silence. Ah, geez. The silence is so loud it rings in my ears. It's heavy. If I died tonight in my sleep, The only person who would notice is my landlord when the rent doesn't clear. That is the reality of the could-have-been man. I never learned how to be with people. It starts early, doesn't it? My mother, she was, she was a piece of ice, a statue, proper, cold. I remember I was 4, scraped my knee in the garden, blood running down my shin. I ran to her crying. She didn't hug me. She didn't kiss it better. She handed me a handkerchief and told me to preserve my dignity. "Stop that noise, William. Preserve your dignity." So I did. I preserved my dignity for 77 years. I built a wall made of politeness, witty banter, expensive suits. I built a fortress so that nobody could ever see that I was scared, or just a boy who wanted a hug. But now I am the king of my fortress. The drawbridge is up, and there is no one else inside. I'm telling you this because I see you. I see you waiting. I see you with that business plan, or that book, or that trip you want to take, tucked away in a drawer, waiting for the perfect time. I see you polishing your shoes while your soul is starving. Don't, please, don't be me. Don't be the could-have-been man. It's a waste. Be messy. Be brave. Be foolish. Wear the dirty t-shirt if it means you actually live. Walk up to the girl. Write the bad book. Launch the business before you're ready. And for God's sake, hug your children. Hug your friends. Tell people you love them until it feels awkward, until it feels like too much. Be undignified. Be warm. Because this armor, it gets very cold in the winter. Take it from a man who has nothing left, nothing but a nice suit and a view of other people's art. The suit, well, the suit doesn't hug you back. Right. I suppose I should be going. Not that I have anywhere to be, but, well, before you go, just think about it. Yeah? Think about it.